now engaged to Breckenridge, and had brought Eliza and Jeremy Carling together. Angelica had hoped that it would help her too, but hadn't expected such a rapid result. Regardless, now she had her hero in sight, she wasn't inclined to waste another minute. He hadn't noticed, from his position on the opposite side of the room, possibly couldn't see, that she was studying him. Her gaze locked on his reflection. She visually devoured him. He was stunningly impressive, towering half a head taller than the men around him, none of whom were short. Elegantly attired in a black evening coat, pristine white shirt and cravat, and black trousers, everything about him from the breadth of his shoulders to the length of his long legs seemed in perfect proportion to his height. His hair appeared solidly black, straight, rather long, but fashionably styled with wind-blown, slightly ruffled locks. She tried to study his features, but the reflection defeated her. She couldn't make out any details beyond the sharply defined, austere planes of his face. Nevertheless, his broad forehead, blade-like nose, and squared chin stamped him as a scion of some aristocratic house. Only they possessed such hard, chiseled, coldly beautiful faces. Her heart was thumping distinctly faster, in anticipation. Now she'd found him. What next? If it had been in any way acceptable, she would have swung on her heel, marched across the room, and introduced herself, but that would be too forward, even for her. Yet if after 30 and more minutes of watching her he hadn't made any move to approach her, then he wasn't going to, at least not there, not that night. Which didn't suit her at all. Shifting her gaze, she scanned the gentleman in the loose circle in which he stood. He'd been listening to the conversations, but rarely contributing, merely using the interaction to cloak his interest in her. Even as she looked, one of the other men saluted the group and moved away. Angelica smiled. Without a word, she quit Henrietta's side and glided into the crowd thronging the salon's center. She caught the Honourable Theodore Curtis's sleeve just before he joined a group of young ladies and gentlemen. He looked around and smiled. "Angelica, where have you been hiding?" She waved to the windows. "Over there, Theo. Who is that gentleman in the group who just left? The very tall man I've never met." Theo, a friend of her family, who knew her far too well to entertain thoughts of her himself, chuckled. "I told him it wouldn't be long before the young ladies noticed him and came swanning around." Angelica played the game and pouted. "Don't tease. Him who?" Theo grinned. "Debenham. He's Viscount Debenham." "Who is?" She gestured for more. "A capital fellow. I've known him for years. Same age as me. Came on the town at the same time. Similar interests. You know how it goes. His estate's somewhere near Peterborough, but he's been away from the town for, it must be 4 years. Left because of family and estate business, and has only just returned to the drawing rooms and ballrooms." So there's no reason you shouldn't introduce him to me." Still grinning, Theo shrugged. "If you like." "I would." Angelica took his arm and turned him to where her hero Debenham still stood. "I promise to return the favour next time you want to steal a march with some new sweet young thing." Theo laughed. "I'll hold you to that." Anchoring her hand on his arm, he led her through the crowd. While they tacked past various groups, nodding and smiling, pausing only when they couldn't avoid it, Angelica conducted a rapid inventory of her appearance, checking that her pale teal silk gown was hanging straight, that the lacy fichu that partially filled in the scoop neckline was sitting properly and adequately concealing the necklace. At one point, she paused to redrape her teal and silver silk shawl more elegantly over her elbows. She'd elected to make do without a reticule or fan, so she didn't have those to fuss over. Her hair she didn't dare touch.